Welcome everybody to episode 3 of the Risk 4.0 video blog, whereby we endeavor to discuss what it means to be a risk professional in a working world that is growing significantly more complex, disruptive, and systemically connected each year. In previous weeks, we had discussed some of the challenges and transformations our working world is currently experiencing, and particularly how these changes are reshaping the risk management profession. This week, we aim to build on this theme. So hopefully by now most people have heard that we are living in an age which is commonly being referred to as the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The term was introduced by the World Economic Forum to try and explain how rapidly emerging technologies are collectively reshaping our global consciousness, our social behaviors, our preferred politics, the cities we live in, our places of work, our management practices, and even our future careers. As the name suggests, the Fourth Industrial Revolution is not the first of its kind. In fact, over the past 250 years, our planet has experienced 3 other similar technological transformations, namely the steam, electricity, and computer revolutions. During each of these revolutions, new tools, methods, and thinking emerged, and the working world was completely transformed. In fact, each transformation was so radical that they now represent a measurable evolutionary growth point in the advancement of humankind. That is, the per capita employment, education, and wealth levels per human increased during each revolution. If there is any doubt as to the impact of technology on human advancement, consider the growth rate of our population during the course of these past 3 revolutions. Before the first revolution, it took humankind more than 10,000 years to populate 1 billion people. Since then, our population has grown more than 7-fold in less than 250 years, and is now increasing by 1 billion people every 15 years. This is what technology has done for our species. It has made us smarter, more efficient, and more comfortable. Similarly, the maturing combination of big data, smart technology, and complex cyber systems is going to impact our future existence in ways we cannot even begin to comprehend. Everything that we currently accept as being normal is expected to evolve, just as it did 3 times before. That is the fundamental nature of an industrial revolution. For this reason, many forward-looking organizations are starting to conceptualize what the workplace requirements of a future 4th version of our working world may look like. Industry version 4.0, as it has been named, will require a suitably enabled workforce 4.0, and in both cases, new knowledge, skills, methods, and tools will be required. Of course, this in turn then begs the natural follow-up question: what will a suitably capable risk management version 4.0 look like? Well, in order to answer this, we first need to understand the major revolutionary forces that are expected to shape the 4th Industrial Revolution. By understanding how our working world is expected to change, we can in turn better understand how the risk management discipline needs to position itself. So let's consider the 3 revolutionary fronts of the 4th Industrial Revolution. Revolutionary front number 1, the combination of big data and advanced analytics. Continued advancements in data gathering devices, intelligent analytics, quantum computing, and information sharing networks means that we are rapidly transforming into a digital earth, whereby our entire existence will eventually be underpinned by a fully integrated global system of collaborating smart technologies. Consider a future working world comprising of an absolute global network of interconnected smart cities, smart homes, smart offices, smart machines, smart user devices, and the like, all gathering, sharing, and responding to real-time data as a collective. Our planet currently has an estimated 25 billion smart devices, generating more than 2.5 quintillion, that's 10 to the 18 bytes of user data each day. This is expected to double every 5 years, which means that by 2025 alone, there will be more than 10 smart devices per every human. And by 2050, we should expect to have achieved full digital Earth status. Revolutionary front number 2, the combination of artificial intelligence and advanced robotics. Continued advancements in computational technologies, android mechanics, composite materials, and nanotechnologies will ensure that machines get smarter, smaller, lighter, and quieter. We should in turn expect to experience colossal leaps in the contributing role of intelligent autonomous machines within our future society. Already we are engaging in extensive trials of autonomous cars, drones, and the like. So by 2050, we should expect fully autonomous industries, labor, security, and services. Also, as much as 50% of existing jobs may no longer exist. Revolutionary front number 3, the integration of humans and technology. Continued advancements in biotechnologies, neurotechnologies, organic cloning, robotics, and 3D printing means that it's only a matter of time before we see the first cyborg humans with technologically enhanced physical and analytical capabilities. Over the next decade, we should expect an exponential increase in humans with bionic limbs, neural implants, 3D printed bone structures, genetic modifications, and cloned organs. In fact, by 2050, we are expecting to have achieved a full societal acceptance of cyber-enhanced human beings. In turn, humankind's increased dependence on technology may ultimately ensure that our species actually becomes vulnerable in the absence of technology. So by now we might be asking, so what? The world's changing, but what does that mean for me? Well, each of these revolutionary forces on their own have tremendous potential to alter human existence, but as a collective, they could just as easily end our species as they could accelerate it. The Fourth Industrial Revolution thus represents an extended period of advanced threats and opportunities to its participating members. In turn, risk management as a profession is going to have to upskill and recapitalize if it is to add value to future organizations. As yet, it's not entirely clear where the Fourth Industrial Revolution will take us. So exactly how the risk management discipline should support Industry 4.0 is almost certainly going to be a matter of rigorous debate for some time to come. At its heart, though, risk management has always been about helping organizations to manage uncertainty, protect value, and avoid disruption. Which brings us to the question, what will a future risk management version 4.0 need to offer? Well, let's consider the following. Obvious future control area number 1, cyber enhanced risk management. Cyber is defined as the culture of modern technology, so risk 4.0 is undoubtedly going to have to be about seeking out the benefits of new emerging technologies in helping to improve the risk management value chain. Rich real-time data supported by sophisticated analytics and complex information sharing networks has an unlimited potential to advance how we visualize, document, assess, treat, monitor, and report on risks. So not only should future technologies revolutionize every aspect of the existing risk management value chain, they should also help to create completely new forms of risk management. In turn, Risk 4.0 is expected to be significantly more data enriched and digitally sophisticated than the current version. Obvious future risk control area number 2, complex systems thinking. The fact is, our working world is not getting any simpler, only more and more systemically complex. For most organizations, the ever-increasing complexity can already be felt on a daily basis. The sheer volumes of interdependent data, systems, technologies, and shifting stakeholder relationships which need to be controlled in order to succeed is steadily becoming insurmountable. Being educated in the broader complexity sciences, particularly systems thinking, will help risk managers to better understand and control complex phenomena such as disruption, emergence, vulnerability, dependency, adaptation, and chaos. Considering how Industry version 4.0 will be enabled by an unlimited number of complex integrated cyber systems, it is hard to picture a version of Risk 4.0 whereby complexity management and systems thinking are not core capability requirements of the future risk manager. Obvious future risk control area number 3, natural systemic resilience. Resilience is the ability to respond intelligently to environmental changes. So as our working world transitions towards a future Industry 4.0, participating organizations should expect to experience ever-increasing volumes and frequencies of disruptive change. During such time, it will not be possible to predict exactly when, where, how, and to what magnitude every potential risk scenario could emerge. For this reason, future organizations will need to build in a natural behavioral resilience to dealing with whatever this way may come. That is, resilience is going to have to become part of a future organization's natural DNA. Now, naturally resilient organizations are those which can anticipate, collaborate, and respond positively to such disruptive phenomena as emerging technologies, market swings, customer shifts, competitor advances, political shocks, disasters, and even deliberate attacks. For this reason, any future version of risk management will have to be about helping organizations achieve a state whereby they become intelligently responsive to rapidly emerging environmental changes. This is the oldest and truest definition of resilience, and it will need to be one of the primary goals of a future Risk 4.0. Now, it's at this point that we might ask the question, is the global risk management community ready for Industry 4.0? Well, if risk management is to evolve in a positive manner so as to meet the needs of a future working world, then the investor community is going to have to become comfortable with a simple evolutionary concept. And that is, electricity was not invented to improve the performance of the candle. It was invented so that we would no longer need the candle. Similarly, most new emerging technologies are not being created to improve existing management methods. They are being created to disrupt existing management methods. Of particular importance to this point is how during each of the previous 3 industrial revolutions, it was the most repetitive and standardized of tasks that were disrupted by new generation technologies. This observation has tremendous ramifications for the risk profession, as much of what we currently consider to be risk management better practice is highly standardized and repeatable. Consider audits, compliance, quantitative risk assessments, control assurance, health checks, risk registers, bow ties. All are highly standardized and repeatable, and it is exactly these kinds of methods that are at greatest risk of being disrupted. So I think we, the invested risk management community, have to start accepting that our profession as it currently stands is ripe for disruption. So the next question becomes, what are we going to do about it? And that is exactly the question I hope to explore throughout this video blog series. In closing, I'd like to say that Risk 4.0 represents a theoretical future version of the risk management profession. A version of our profession that is cyber enhanced, complex systems literate, and naturally resilient. A version of our profession that continues to add value in a future industry version 4.0. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, by all means join us in another week or two when we are going to discuss a very contentious topic, the coronavirus phenomenon. Now, I understand that this is a highly emotive and potentially even divisive topic, but that cannot be a reason not to discuss it. The fact is that this is the ultimate case study of modern day risk management in the age of perpetual disruption. So please look out for the next episode, which will come out in about a week or two. And until then, keep safe and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.